So big changes are happening here in our home. After years of homeschooling, we're actually sending the kids to school for a season. Well, not sending them away, but you get the point. They're going to school. And that means I'm thinking about the drop zone. We need a routine in the morning and a system at night so that when we are leaving the house, it is stress-free. And when we are coming back from home, we can easily rehome our stuff for the day so we don't have piles of backpacks and lunches on the floor. So if you're like me and you're scrolling through Pinterest looking at these beautiful mudrooms that are both expansive and expensive. Expansive? I'm from the South. Give me a pass. If you're looking at these mudrooms that are beautiful and yet maybe you're feeling like, how do I make this work? Because I don't have a mudroom, or I don't have that budget, or I don't have this space, then listen up because this video is just for you. I'm going to show you the 3 simple principles that I'm using right now to make a drop zone and system for our family that works without a mudroom and without a high budget. This is going to help save our sanity in the morning, and it's going to make our evening resets a breeze. Okay, so principle number 1. If possible, place your drop zone right in the path of the daily whirlwind, right where the kids run through and drop their stuff. We don't want to fight against their nature. We want to work with it. Originally, I actually bought these cabinets and I was going to place them in the garage, and then I did a little bit more thinking and realized, okay, these are cheap IKEA shelves made by MDF, particle board, whatever it's called. Probably not going to do well in the summer heat in our garage that's so humid, and then also our dryer vents into the garage. So I actually had to pivot and do plan B, and I've decided to put it in the kids' room. You are always going to be limited by the constraints of your home. So do your best to find a place where each kid can have their own little spot. Before you buy anything, you want to make sure to account for the 3 to 5 essential things that your kids are going to need to be using every day. For sure, a backpack. They may need spots for papers, their lunch boxes, maybe clothes or jackets. Our only goal is to solve for these items, to create spots for these items that they're going to use daily going in and out of the house. And a quick tip here, let's not keep things that are used once or twice a year because this is a high traffic area. Let's find another home for those things so that they're a little more out of sight and out of mind and they don't become clutter in the day to day. So one of the biggest issues with school drop-off zones is paper clutter. And I actually have these magazine file folders, and we've been using these for a few years now in our homeschooling system, and it's worked great. Each kid has gotten their own magazine holder, and they put their art, they put their special papers, they put their work in it, they put letters and notes from friends throughout the year, they put stuff from church in it. And basically once, maybe twice a year, we go through it and the kids decide what's special to them and what they want to keep and put in their keepsake box and what they are okay with letting go of. And it's worked really great. The kids are transitioning to going back to school this year. I'm just going to repurpose these and use them in our new school drop-off zone. Again, each kid will get their own magazine file folder, and I find that's way more helpful, especially if you have multiple kids, because at the end of a 6-week period or a semester, it's way easier to sort through one kid at a time versus putting everything like in a box and then going which paper goes with which kid. It just makes it a little more complicated and more decisions that you have to make. So make it easier on yourself and give each kid their own place to store their own work. Second, you want to make sure to measure. I actually did a little bit of research and measured and thought through where I would hook, where I would hang the backpacks, the jackets, to make sure that they would fit in these little lockers that I have for the kiddos. Geek out with me for a second. I get it. You see a label maker and you think type A, but I'm not type A. But hear me out for a sec. If you label the places where things should go, the homes for the items that you have, then it makes everything easier for the whole family. I have 3 readers and 1 non-reader, and so one of the ways that this is going to help is my readers are going to be able, as we're learning our system, where things go, what to do. It's new, right? Like, it's going to take a little while to build the habit. So as we're building the habit, the labels help my readers identify where everything goes. It also helps, like in the case where maybe dad's helping us get ready for the next day, if he knows, hey, this is the bin where the clothes go for the next day, like this is what the kids are going to wear tomorrow, then when he's helping our kindergartner who can't read, he can easily find the spot where the clothes go and help our kindergartner put the clothes there. I love the quote by James Clear: "We don't rise to the level of our goals, rather we fall to the level of our systems." And this so applies here. So principle number 2 is make your systems kid approved. Here's the golden rule of any family system, especially a drop-off zone. If the kid can't use it, the system will fail. We have to think about it from their height. This means swapping hangers for hooks. I actually tried hangers with a lower bar, and yes, it is a skill my kids will eventually learn, but when they're young, in elementary age, it just became a barrier. So try hooks first, especially if you have young kids. Obviously, if you have teenagers, they should know how to put a jacket on a hanger. But swap hangers for hooks. Use hooks at their level. Open bins that they can pull out near the floor for like shoes or clothes, and making things less complicated, like removing complicated doors or bin lids. Principle number 3 is you want to build the reset habit. An amazing system is useless without the simple habits to maintain it. So build in a 15-minute reset at the end of every day and habit stack this. Maybe link it to dinner, or as soon as you get home, put away your things, or after your homework is done, make sure your things are put away. Find something to link it to so that the kids have a cue and a reminder. Oh yeah, I finished packing my lunch for tomorrow. I'm going to put the rest of my stuff up and away. If you wait till the end of the week, you will have a drastically bigger amount of things, and it will take much longer to put your things away. Rather, if daily you make 5, 10, 15 minutes, depending on the amount of things that you have, the amount of people in your family, take that time to reset, and you will find that not only when you go to bed at night that the house is calm and peaceful, but when you wake up in the morning, you're not waking up to chaos. You actually know where your backpack is, you know where your shoes are, you know where your outfit is for the next day, you know where your school ID is, because you have assigned homes for them and you've made a system to put it away every time you're done using it. If you have not read James Clear's book, by the way, I highly recommend, called Atomic Habits, but he also talks about habit stacking. So the simplest way to make a new habit stick or a new routine stick is to habit stack. So link your daily reset with something like dinner. Before we sit down to dinner, we do our 15-minute pickup, or after we finish dinner, we do our 15-minute reset. Call it whatever you want. We call it reset in my house, but it's a quick way to get everything back into its home. Thank you so much for sticking with me to the end. If you like this video, make sure to watch this one here and make sure to subscribe. By the way, if you are a recent subscriber, please make sure to say hi in the comments below. I would love to say hi and get to know you a little bit better. As always, I'm rooting for you, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.